Kia ora, New Zealand. Welcome to Sweet Chain Live. This is episode 33, and we hope that you're enjoying as best you can the lockdown, whatever level you happen to be in currently. This is the first episode of a new co-host who I'm going to introduce very shortly. I've known this guy for a long time, and really was one of the guys who introduced me to disc golf, really. So I'd like to welcome my co-host for the next few weeks. Is Jack Ryan. Good evening,
Hello.
Jack.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
Good stuff. Now, why don't you've been playing disc golf for some time now, but do you want to just give a quick couple of minutes on how long you've been playing and a bit of an introduction for yourself?
Well, I only prepared about 50 words, so I'll really slow it down. I started playing disc golf a few years ago. Didn't really take it seriously until about maybe 6 years ago. So started. My dad introduced me back when I was living in Nelson. Grew up in Nelson. Back just after I started playing Ultimate, so mixing those two things was interesting. As most people will know, transitioning from one flying disc sport to another is relatively difficult. Played a lot of Ultimate and then moved over to disc golf pretty much full time now, because Ultimate's too hard on the body. I can't keep up anymore. Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, and you're a member of Team Sweet Chain now. People may have seen you on the lead card of the Middle Earth Open, which was last March. So if you haven't watched that yet, then head over to Flexline's YouTube page and catch Jack on the final round of the lead card coverage of the Middle Earth Open.
Yeah.
And you've been on the show for maybe 2 minutes, and you're going to help us with a giveaway already. So what have you got for us?
Well, the plan is we're going to get some comments, some people the watchers to comment on a couple things for a couple different prizes. A disc from you, Matt, and a disc from me.
Mm-hmm. What have you got there?
The prize from me is this lovely brown see-through shiny Pewak. Almost max weight at 179 grams is what it's stickered as, the cosmic sticker. So I got that from me.
Very good. And from me, you've got it's a mid-range as well, but it's slightly more stable. It's a Verdict. It's a Chris Clemens Verdict. So this is a pink. I think it's in Opto X, and it's a 177 gram Verdict. So this is going to be quite a beefy disc, I would imagine, for some people. Certainly for me. And so how do we win this? Right, here's how we do it. It's going to be given away in this show. So if you're not watching this live, sorry, the competition's finished. But what we want you to do is to enter, you've got to do two things. You've got to leave a comment below, and in your comment, you've got to tag somebody else. So it could be anyone, but you need to tag someone in the comments below, and next to their name, you need to answer a question. And the question is this. On the 21st of March, 2020, the alert level system was introduced to New Zealand. And that's when we entered into level 2 for the first time. And the whole alert level thing kind of started, and we kind of started, if you like, the pandemic response. What I want to know is how many New Zealanders have joined the PDGA since the 21st of March, 2020? Okay, so you've got to put down the name. You've got to tag someone in the comments and put your guess. Now you get one guess. All right. So if you spam us with comments, I'll take your first one and ignore the rest. And and you'll get some looks. So make sure you but have a think about it. You don't need to answer yet, but before the end of the show. Now during the show, if anybody gets the exact answer, I've got it written down here. If anyone gets the exact answer, then I'll notice it in the comments and we'll go straight up. Okay, and we'll do the giveaway straight away, and we'll just introduce it. Okay, now this is just New Zealanders, so it's only New Zealanders. So people who have put New Zealand as the country on their PDGA membership, and who have joined the PDGA since the 21st of March, 2020. Okay, so in your comment, you need to tag someone and put the number. tag someone and put the number. So it's a name and a number. All right. We'll do the closest guess at the end of the show. But if someone gets it as we're going through, then we'll announce it there and then as a bit of a, breaking news, and we'll interject in some kind of this coming in. Right. Now, a few things to go through. Now, there's been no disc golf to be played up and down the country, as we know, and I'm sure that everybody's been abiding to that. But there have been a few competitions going on. You've got the putting competition that's been going on so far. Got some stats from our stats man, Bray Marsden. So thank you, Bray. He says that he reckons there's been 290 live videos so far, which is great. 23% have been from females, which is a better balance than you normally see. So that's very good. So well done, ladies, for stepping up. And Bray reckons, although he's still got to be confirmed, that about 1,200 putts have been made live on Facebook Live during the competition. So that's very good. So well done to everybody there. There's also the Disc Golf Valley competition going on. We're down to the final. The final is down to 3 players. We're down to Zach Taylor, Elliot Faulkner, and Zen Rari are all in the final. But I'd just like to play this clip, Jack, which you might like. Let's see if I can just get this clip. This is the clip of the first ace that was hit in this round.
Now, bear in mind, this is a par 4.
Par 4, 163 meters.
Thrown with...
isn't that just
absolutely incredible?
Yeah. That's just ludicrous.
A shot that needs to be heard and seen of around the world, honestly. This should be bigger than James Conrad beating Paul Macbeth. It's improbable.
Exactly. But you've got 163 meter par 4 albatross ace, skip ace with a Ballista Pro. Very well done to Justin Workman, who can do no wrong. Unfortunately, he lost that match, but incredible first ace of the competition. So well done to Justin. Now, our guest tonight, and thank you for stepping up at relatively last minute, but thank you very much to our guest tonight, is going to be, he's running heaps of competitions down south. If you are a member or know any of the NZ DSS team, then you know him very well. It's Morgan Harteveld, so I'd like to bring in Morgan this evening. Good evening, Morgan. How are you?
You're the team. How are we?
Very good. Very good. Now,
thanks for having me on. I was just going to say thank you for having me on. I've been up in your comments for the last 30-odd weeks, and it's pretty good to be face-to-face with you finally.
Yeah, excellent. That top fan badge has finally paid off.
Do I have one of those?
I don't give them out, so it's now you're running quite a few events at the moment.
Yep. Yeah, we got a few on the go. Obviously Wahitapu, Roxburgh, Peak to Pint. Few on the go. Like to help out with some of the other South Island events when I can. Mm-hmm. And maybe there'll be some more coming up in the future. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yep. And so you're also running Struggle Street.
Oh yeah, Struggle Street. Shout out to Struggle Street Massive. Let's go.
Tell us a little.
Sure, they're all up in the chat.
Tell us a little bit about the Struggle Street, the Struggle Street League that's going on at the moment. What's involved in that?
So obviously we've been off for the last couple of weeks for the league, unfortunately, due to old mate COVID, and we've cancelled this weekend as well. But we're probably going to extend a couple of weeks on the back end of the back end of the league, just so we can extend it out and get a few extra weeks out of it. But it's just more of a trial thing. I haven't seen any of the PDJ leagues coming up in New Zealand before, so we give it a crack. I mean, it's cheap enough. Why not? It's a good excuse to try and up your PDJ rating. Mine is simply horrible right now, so. I don't know, playing on the local course might help that, but also it might not. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Had a pretty good first round outing. So yeah. It's good. It's good fun. It's getting the local guys out and about and just getting a bit more competitive, because we play really grassroots golf out at Struggle Street. It's been a nice change of pace playing out there with those boys. But adding a little bit of competitive nature to it on the Saturday every week. It's pretty cool. I love it.
And the first round that you played was rated at what, 980?
Yeah, 980, pretty good. I think from memory, it's a few weeks ago now, but I think from memory I missed the last putt from something stupid close. Oh no, sorry, that was the second week, and I shouldn't have missed my 6 meter putt. We should have been doing the 6 meter putt challenge like a month ago. I wouldn't have missed that, and I would have got to have a playoff with Hemi in round 2. But yeah, round 1 went my way. Had a pretty belter round to kick off the league.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Run us through, because you're as far as I'm aware, it's the first sanctioned league that's been run in New Zealand. So talk us through how it works from a PDGA rating perspective.
That's a learning curve for me as well. So basically, we started off with you guys will all probably know that I use Disc Golf Scene to run all my events now, and basically through Disc Golf Scene you can run a PDGA event. Disc Golf Scene's owned by PDGA these days, so it's all intertwined. What we found after week 1 is you actually had points based. Well, you had points coming from PDGA, but you also had points coming from Disc Golf Scene, and they kind of didn't line up with each other. So after week 1, we ditched the league points from Disc Golf Scene and just used the PDGA ones. And yeah, I honestly, I don't exactly know how the algorithm works. We're just, taking it 1 week at a time and seeing what happens. But, first place will get you X amount of points. Second will get you X amount of points. And I guess it really depends on how many people are there on the day and maybe what the scores are. But yeah, still learning. As you said, it's the first one. So it's a learning curve for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. And Wahitapu is in November. And
shout out to Wahitapu. Let's go.
Very good. And that's sold out, right? That's
that sold out. That sold out pretty quick, smart. We were pretty stoked. Obviously, you guys were there for that and seen all that unfold. I think that was like the real beginning of all these events selling out super quick. It was the tipping point, the iceberg poking through, and it's just waterfalled from there. Everywhere's selling out super quick these days. But yeah, we were stoked to sell out like that. Awesome to see all the people that are super keen to come and join us again out there. We have a fantastic time every year. So yeah, great event.
Yeah, I mean, and kudos to yourself for running an event which sells out in the time that it does. You've got another event registration opening up pretty soon.
15th of this month. So I can't check the date. Got my phone on. But yeah, a couple of weeks away. Roxburgh Open, that's going to open up at 7 p.m. on the 15th, which I think is a Wednesday. So it's the night before the Sweet Chain. So maybe you guys will have a chat about whatever happens with that the next night.
Yeah.
But yeah, big event at Roxburgh. That course is an absolute monster. If you want to come and test your skills, I mean, it's only a 1-day course. It's kind of hard for the guys that are out of town, maybe a bit further. We might have a couple guys in Christchurch, but anywhere further than that, we're probably not going to see anyone come down just because it's a 1-day event. But, we've got so many people in the lower south that are keen to get amongst the Invercargill crew, Dunedin, Queenstown, Wanaka, Twizel. All the boys and the girls are going to be there. It's a pretty special event. Playing on a ball golf course there's only probably a couple of events on tour that are actually on ball golf courses at the moment, or not even on tour, just being played in New Zealand, 2 or 3 maybe, perhaps. I haven't counted. But that's the only one in the lower south, I think, currently, until maybe the Invercargill boys open up already, hopefully. Come on, Johnny. I love that course. Get it going, brother. But yeah, it's pretty cool playing on the big course, opening up the arm. First hole is 250 something meters, 255 meters right off the get go. So that's a good experience.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I look forward to that. And you say it's the 15th that the Regio opens.
15th Regio opens, yeah. So I think it's exactly 5 months out from the event. So we're 15th of January for the game day.
Ideal. And so, yeah, very much looking forward to that.
Yep. No, me too. It's going to be pretty awesome. So if you want to get the details, head over on the Disc Golf Scene and just search Roxburgh Open, and yeah, it's all there. It's pretty straightforward.
Good stuff.
Oh, sorry. Let me just mention that is a fundraiser again. It was a fundraiser last year for myself, Johnny Ferrari, and Stephen Reed to get to the Japan Open, which was supposed to be in May this year. Uncle COVID screwed us over. So we missed out. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we're going to get to go next year. But we've still got the money from last year. We're collecting it up. It's going to help us, greatly to get over there and really enjoy the experience of playing at an event like that. So yeah, come to Roxburgh, support us, and have a great time, please. Thank you.
So you've got quite a few. I would say higher profile sponsors. I'm thinking of the one you announced the other day, which was Kona Panis, sponsoring your
for
your
Wahitapu.
event. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how talk us through that?
Yeah, I mean, so Kona came on board a couple of years ago. We didn't contact her last year, but she came on board in 2019. Sent us over a disc. She does little drawings on the bottom of the disc, which are pretty sweet and unique. And if someone wins one of those discs, it's pretty special. But I think I cast a lot of lines out. We'll put it that way. I'll cast a few lines out, and you just got to see what comes back sometimes. But
totally
takes a lot of time to reach out to all these people, and it pays off in the end. I mean, the results are fantastic. We don't get everything that we'd love to get, but we get some fantastic sponsors come and join us. So
yeah,
kudos to them.
Yeah, excellent. Jack, you had you saw something in the news recently that you wanted to bring up, or not in the news, but a video popped up that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
You've muted, Jack.
Go on mute, brother.
Yeah.
You've done that button I did earlier.
This may be the first time that I've done this. So, yeah, Paul Macbeth's latest YouTube video, and I just wanted to bring this up to sort of get a bit of a discussion going and just to get some people's opinions. So, yeah, Paul Macbeth's latest YouTube video has him and Nick Kyle, as they like to call him, testing out different sticky substances for just putting sticky substances on their fingers just to sort of see how the discs will react, and whether or not they'll get a better grip or put more spin on the disc, just gets a bit more power in there. They're out in the field on a particularly hot day, just I think on purpose for this particular video, just to see exactly how it's going to react. And I guess my initial thought was, is there a place in disc golf for using game enhancing substances, not internally, externally, obviously, like pine tar, or he used surfboard wax as one of the options, or rosin. Is there a place for that in disc golf, or should the PDGA look into this and maybe ban it from being used in tournament play?
Any thoughts, Morgan?
Oh, you're looking for my thoughts. Yeah, I've got some interesting thoughts on that. I said to you earlier in the piece that I think that Paul Macbeth is trolling. If anyone's seen that video, I think he's just pro-trolling everyone. He's not sticking anything on his fingers. That man is a brilliant golfer, and he doesn't need anything inside him or on his hands to enhance his performance.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, I guess I'm also looking for some input from the comments as well. So if you have any thoughts on this, or if you've seen the video, if you haven't seen the video and you just want to give some input on the situation, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
So just while you're waiting for the comments in the chat, I mean, where do you draw the line? Because we've all been there. We've all been out on a real hot, moist, sticky day playing disc golf. Hands are clammy, and you get up to the tee box, jump off, slide your hand through the dirt, rub it all up. That's sweet as. You've got your chalk bag, we've got friction gloves, all of this. You could even have some sushi in your bag with a little bit of sweet sticky sauce in there that might enhance your playing.
Yeah.
So
I'm not trolling.
No. I think the difference between like a chalk bag and dirt and maybe a little sachet of soy sauce is that the first few are like a moisture withdrawer. Just like using a towel. It's designed to dry your hand as opposed to make it more sticky, which is what the rosin powder does, which is what makes it different from a chalk bag, right? Personally, I don't see an issue with this. I think if people want to cover their hands in super glue and throw discs and grip lock it all day, then you go for it. You know,
Bit of
wouldn't-
PVA.
yeah, exactly. If you want to carry around that and use it, then go for it. I mean, I don't see it personally. I don't have a problem with it. I think it would be interesting if they banned it. It would certainly be quite a coup. Well, not a coup for Paul Macbeth, I should say, but it would be quite amusing for Paul Macbeth because he'll be sat there going, "Well, I don't care either way, and I've just changed the rules." But it's
Not trolling.
no, not at all. So I personally, I don't have a problem with it. Jack, where do you stand?
Yeah, it's a tough one, honestly. Because like in the comments here, David Rose had asked, "What's the difference between that and gloves?" And it's a good point. It's a good point. Other than the fact that the gloves is just to remove the moisture from your hands, but in some way. But it also does add a little bit of extra grip from just the rubber that's on the tips of the fingers. So, yeah, I think. I think it could go either way, honestly. I think if they kept it in the game and it became popular and people wanted to use it, it'd become just that kind of a preference. Some people like to use friction gloves, some people don't.
Have we
I think
have we seen this anywhere? Not just in New Zealand, but have we seen this anywhere in pro disc golf on TV? Has this ever been spotted, brought up in the
No.
comments on Joe Mears or anything like that?
No,
honestly,
but
I've never heard of it.
But Brady posits an interesting notion, which is that he's seeking sponsorship from a baseball grip company. Which I wouldn't. I would say that's very much kind of like in line with a lot of what Paul Macbeth does in terms of monetizing his outputs and stuff that he does. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. And he certainly used to play baseball, so maybe has ties to that industry. Yeah.
Tom Strawbridge asks or mentions, can't imagine it would affect the disc flight that much, and I don't think it's supposed to affect the disc flight as such. I think it's just on particularly humid days when you can't get a proper grip on your disc. It's just supposed to be able to allow you to get that grip on the disc.
Other than perhaps increasing the rotations, so that at the point of release and the point of snap, and perhaps with a forehand, this is more the case. The point of snap, you get you can get more grip onto the disc. More revolutions on the disc will typically mean that it is more stable in the wind and is able to. When I say stable, I don't mean the disc golf stable. I mean it stays true in the wind and also potentially makes it go further depending on other factors. So, yeah. So yeah, interesting. Interesting. What we'll do is actually we'll leave this one a little bit open because a feature we're going to be coming back to in a couple of weeks' time with Jack is we're going to be doing a bit of a mailbag where we go through all of the comments that we've had in previous weeks and answer some of the questions that perhaps we didn't get to. So it'll be an interesting one to see where we get to.
Maybe we can get some. Maybe you can get some trial and error tests out there. If you sure there's a few crash test dummies that are willing to go and put their bodies on the line to go and put this to the test.
I reckon so. Me and Jack will head out with some sushi, a big bucket of PVA glue, and maybe and we'll just head
mentioned peanut butter here as well.
And peanut butter, maybe, yeah. And we'll do some socially distanced, getting our hands mucky. So yeah, that'd be good. Anyway, right. I think it's probably time to move on. So what we're going to get onto now is Desert Island Disc Golf, Morgan. So you'll be aware of the premise, but before we do, for anybody who's joined the stream in the last what was it, 10-15 minutes perhaps, we're doing a giveaway today, and the giveaway is to win this lovely disc and the one that Jack's holding up. So this is a Chris Clemens Opto X Verdict, and Jack's got I
have a Cosmic P Waka Waka and at 179 grams.
Lovely stuff. To do this, what you need to do is you need to, if you want to win these, you need to drop a comment below. And the comment has got to be tagging somebody else, doesn't matter who, but you need to tag somebody in the comment. And then alongside their name, you've got to put a number. And the number is the number of people you think have joined the PDGA, New Zealanders who have joined the PDGA since the 21st of March 2020, which was the date when the alert level system was introduced to New Zealand. So how many New Zealanders have joined the PDGA since the 21st of March 2020? Tag someone in the comments and put the number in. If anybody gets it right as the stream is going on, then we'll announce it when they get it right. Nobody's done that yet. But if there's if nobody gets it bang on during the stream, then we'll announce the closest at the end of the stream. So yeah, so put your guess in the spot below. Anyway, moving on to Desert Island Disc Golf. Morgan, you've got the premise is, you'll be aware of this premise. There are free. You're stuck on a desert island. You've been stranded on a desert island. There is, fortunately for you, a disc golf course on this desert island, and fortunately, you've also been stranded with free discs and free card mates. So we want to know, what are you throwing?
I just want to point out that I have played disc golf on a desert island.
Whoa,
no. So there we are. I didn't have these discs. No, I didn't have any of these discs with me. But I'm actually just going to bust out. So at Struggle Street, we only play with 3 discs, right. And I've just grabbed out the 3 discs that I play with there because I just love playing with them. So we'll start off with my putting putter, throwing putter, roller putter, everything putter. It's my Tui.
A Tui.
My max weight stamp, wipe stamp Tui. Magma. Honestly, I don't know if it's a Magma soft or a Magma medium. I don't really know how it all works, but that thing there can throw it about 100 meters on a hyzer flip. Just pop it up, comes up to nice and flat. You can even throw, if you're throwing it full power, throw it on a nice hyzer, a little bit of height, pops up to flat, and it'll just slowly keep turning over. And if you can get it out to 110, it'll just fall right back, right in the middle of the fairway where you want it, or right next to the basket. So that's a fantastic disc. I don't want to recommend anyone going and getting them because currently it's quite hard to get, and I don't want you to buy the discs I'm trying to get, so just leave them.
Is this Magma Tui's?
Horrible disc. No, this is a Shimmer Star Tui. I don't know what it is. Sorry. So I just want to point out that I don't really throw a whole lot of mid-ranges other than a Mako 3 and a Wombat 3, and I can almost throw a putter as far as those. So I'm not even going to have a mid-range. I'm actually going to have another putter, which is, are we going up the right way? No. Nope.
Yeah, I recognize
Got my Bullfrog, XT Bullfrog, flat top. This thing is an absolute weapon. Any wind, tailwind, headwind. It's slowly getting a little more beaten in now, but you can throw this dead straight at the basket, won't turn. It'll fall out the sky at the very end, but no glide. You just put all the power behind it, throw it dead straight, and it'll finish right where you threw it directly at. That is a fantastic disc. I can't recommend that disc enough, and you definitely should go out and give one of those a go. It's a fantastic piece of equipment.
Excellent. Yeah.
And
maybe
thirdly,
less known, but yeah.
Sorry, and thirdly, I've got a driver. It's my old team stamp. Of a team stamp Shrike, Champ Shrike, probably like $1.75. You can't see it anymore, but this thing's a weapon. Just a nice. I throw a lot of hyzer flips, so I just start this thing off on a wee hyzer, pop it up to flat, let it drift over and come back, and it's just pretty trustworthy. Gets a little bit sketchy if you're into a pretty strong headwind. I'm probably going to pull out like a Star Boss or something like that in that situation, but that disc is real utility, forehand, backhand. It's a belter of a disc.
Yeah, good stuff. So you've 3 discs there, 2 putters and a 12-speed driver. So that's going to be
they do me well.
Yeah, good stuff. Who are you playing with?
Man, I thought about this earlier, and I only thought about it for like 2 seconds. It's so easy who I would play with. So I got my friend Will Woodward. A number of you guys who were at Paradise a couple of years ago would have met him. He's from Nottingham in the UK. He's my partner's parents' neighbour. He got me into the cricket team, and then I got him into disc golf, and he's given up cricket and all other sports, and he's just full tilt disc golf these days. So Willie Woodward. And then secondly, I've got a friend we call him Meg affectionately, Timothy Beggs out of Canada. He's my wild card, you'd call it. I've been on a couple of international trips where he never comes here. I never go back to Canada. I've met him in Canada, and he comes on trips with me overseas, and he's a mad dog. he's the wild card. You got to have a wild card around. I love that guy.
You do.
There's probably a couple of people in the chat right now that know who I'm talking about and know exactly what I'm on about. We'll leave that there. And thirdly, my right-hand man in disc golf, couldn't get anything done without this guy, especially at OHAO. But Adam Rhymes, absolute weapon. Love that guy. He's, as I said, there's a lot of things I couldn't do in disc golf without that guy. So big ups to him. He's my third member of our card.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you for that. That sounds like a great card, and you got a good set
Fantastic.
that's going to handle that desert island well. Now we got the quick fire round now. So Jack's going to go first with the front nine. Front nine is the same every week. Family friendly front nine, and then we got the slightly harder safari back nine after
Let's do
that. So it's quick fire. Are you ready? Take it away.
I'm
Jack.
ready.
What is your name?
Morgan.
Place of birth?
Winton.
Winton, lovely. Where do you live?
Queenstown. Lovely.
What is your PDGA number?
76379.
Oh, God. Your years playing?
8 years.
8 years. Far out. Old man.
So old. I'm just like you. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
What is your favorite disc?
Star Boss.
Fantastic. Your favorite course?
Quarry Park and Royal Leamington Spa in the UK.
Oh my gosh. Your favorite MPO player?
Favorite MPO player is Greg Barsby. Favorite MPO player to watch is Paul Macbeth. Sorry.
Lovely stuff. And your favorite FPO player?
Let's go Kona Panis.
Good answer.
Good stuff. Right, so onto the back nine now. Question number one: Roxburgh or Wahitapu?
Wahitapu.
Champion or Star?
Star.
Christchurch or Queenstown?
Queenstown. Let's go.
Putting or fieldwork?
Putting.
Xbox or Disc Golf Valley?
Xbox.
Gardens or Struggle Street?
Struggle Street. Massive.
Heiser or Anheuser?
Heiser.
Rain or shine?
Shine, baby.
Scuba or Tomahawk?
I can't scuba, so Tomahawk.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Look, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, Morgan, today. That's been great fun.
guys.
And
fantastic.
Just give us a rundown of the dates again that are coming up.
Yeah, so Roxburgh Open, the registration opens on the 15th of this month, so just a couple of weeks away. I think it's on a Wednesday. Don't quote me on that, but check it out. That's really it for now until we see you guys at Wahitapu. And just keep an eye on the Struggle Street League.
Good stuff. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll speak to you again, I'm sure, and we'll certainly we'll have you on the show a bit close to Wahitapu in November.
Sweet as, guys. Thank you.
Lovely.
Peace out, New
Thanks very
Zealand.
much,
Love
Morgan.
you guys.
Cheers then. Bye-bye.
See you, Morgan.
Excellent. Now, so that was Morgan. He's doing some great stuff down south, organising heaps of tournaments and so that's all good fun. So make sure you get involved in that. 15th of September, which is 2 weeks yesterday. So make sure that you get in your rego if you're keen for that one. Now, Jack, what else have you got for us today? Actually, just before we do, can we just do a quick reminder to everybody of today's giveaway? Just in case there's anybody who's joined the stream since. You are looking to win either this or that, or both even. The winner will get both. If two people are tied for closest, you'll get one each.
So far, nobody has guessed it. So
nobody has guessed it. So
get other people in here.
There's some close ones. There have been some close ones, in fairness. So the way you enter is you pop a comment, a name of somebody down in the comments below, and next to the name you guess a number, and that number is the number of New Zealanders who have joined the PDGA since the 21st of March 2020. So that's about nearly 18 months ago. So who have joined the PDGA since the 21st of March 2020. So you tag someone and then the number, and then pop it in the comments below. We'll reveal the answer and the person who gets it closest at the end of the show, unless somebody gets it before then, and in which case we'll announce it then.
Lovely.
Jack, what have you got for us?
Well, just to backtrack a little bit, Hemi has posted a link to a PDGA article, I think a rules article, just talking about the sticky substances and stuff, and basically they see it as not an issue. It seems to be widely accepted in competitive sports, from baseball to tennis to all sorts of things. So I guess in another comment they mentioned that they'd only see it becoming an issue if it started adding to the a thickness to the disc, or started making the differing the disc, which is against the PDGA rules to take or subtract or add to the disc to change the flight characteristics. So yeah, interesting stuff. So for now, use your pine tar to your heart's content.
Yeah,
might help your game. You never know.
One of the substances in that video, actually, if you do watch it, is called Spider Tack. And it's the tack. I don't know if you've come across this before. It's the tacky glue stuff that they use to secure Atlas stones to like the thing that they transport them around in. These massive boulders that people carry as part of the strongman things. It's used for securing those. Which you think, okay, all right, and you're going to throw a piece of plastic that's 180 grams across field.
It's enough to stop a 50-kilo stone. Yeah.
Outrageous. Okay, so what have we got for us? What have you got for us?
Well, otherwise, I just wanted to bring up the fact that about 6 years ago, I think it was 5 years ago, more than 5 years ago, the PDGA ended its formal relationship with the World Flying Disc Federation. So before that, between 2004, I think, and 2016, they had a relationship. The PDGA was they entered into what they call a memorandum of understanding from in 2014, actually. But a memorandum of understanding between the two associations, or between the two committees, whatever you want to call it, to try and help each other grow the sports. It got to a point where the PDGA, though, thought that the WFDF were kind of holding them back, stopping them trying to do certain things, or just kind of adding a bit more bureaucracy than the PDGA was wanting. So they actually exited the WFDF, the World Flying Disc Federation, even though WFDF still considers it a flying disc discipline, lists that on the website. And of course, back in, I think it was 2016, where the WFDF held the team championships over in Canada somewhere. I can't remember exactly where, but with of course the idea of keeping to the PDGA rules, sanctioned rules, and everything like that. So so that ended about in 2016. They split, but just recently, today even, I think, the PDGA has announced that they're rejoining the World Flying Disc Federation, which I think is fantastic. Yeah, I think it's fantastic news. So even before that, but even when they were split, they were still working together in some aspects. So working towards with PGA is working with WFDF to become to be recognized by the International Olympic Committee, which is not to be a part of the Olympic Games, but to work towards being a part of the Olympic Games, of course. So they have decided to come back together after a few years hiatus, to try and work together again to then grow both sports, but in unison.
Could you see any kind of short-term impacts that might be quite visible to disc golf, or will it be sort of organizational bureaucracy kind of stuff that maybe doesn't
back end stuff, I think. So nothing immediate, but what the WFDF has is a certain way of looking at sport, a certain way of looking at the world as well, in terms of how to get the sport, to get the world playing the same sport. So where the PDGA is very focused on how many members they have, how many concurrent members they have every year, and they're increasing that. The World Flying Disc Federation is more focused on countries, the amount of countries that they have as members of the Flying Disc Federation. So I think it won't be something that we'll notice in day-to-day PDGA and sanctioned events and disc golf in general, but it's something to look forward to as the sport grows, both disc golf and ultimate, as they and they'll work together to create better and bigger competitions and worldwide standings. Yeah.
Okay, well that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that affects. I'm certainly aware that ultimate, which is the main sport I think that WFDF kind of represents, has made some big strides or some advancements ahead of disc golf, arguably in fields of diversity, and in fields such as I think the things like the AUDL, which is more part of USA Ultimate than WFDF perhaps, is been doing some really big things and is getting some bigger crowds in, and also some there's some money going their way. I don't know if you saw this, but there was a AUDL 21 was kind of previewed as a very early pre-alpha on Xbox, which would be quite exciting. Certainly, I can remember joking with my mates about playing an ultimate game on the PS4 or the PS1 as it was back then. So yeah, I think that there's definitely some things to be gained from it, and arguably you could argue that if there's any kind of old dead wood in the PDGA, that WFDF could help to counter that, which I think is WFDF perhaps seen as a younger man's organization compared to the PDGA. Perhaps, I don't know if that's right of me to say, but there we go. Excellent. So yeah, let us know your thoughts on that, and we can come back to this subject in a few weeks' time. As I said, we've got a mailbag segment coming up in a couple of weeks where we'll go back through all the comments that we've had in the last couple of months actually, and revisit all the ones that we haven't had time to review.
Absolutely.
Now, Jack, we've all thrown a tui. Many of us will have thrown a shrike. Not many people probably have thrown a bullfrog, sorry, which were the 3 discs that Morgan had. Ever got to a point where you've thought, I wonder how that disc is supposed to fly, but you've never really known?
Yeah. I guess. There's definitely some discs out there that I've always wanted to try, but I've just never had the want or the ability to be able to use them. And there's a lot of discs out there that I'm never going to try. Oh my gosh, there's so many manufacturers out there making all sorts of molds and naming discs all sorts of things that I'm never going to be able to try. But
well, that's right. What I wanted to do is I wanted to show you a preview of it's not a new tool because we've had it for a while, but it's an updated tool on a flight path visualization for a variety of discs. So I'll show you what this looks like. Now, so this is just on the Sweet Chain Music website, right? So if you log on to sweetchainmusic.co.nz, you'll see this. And if you go to the resources section and bring up the flight path visualizer here, what this does is it shows you how discs should, in theory, fly, the distances they go, etc. And you will have seen some of these charts on Infinite Discs. They've got flight paths like this, but this is a way of collating them all. So let's see if we can grab the ones that that Morgan was using. And I've updated this list recently, so it's one that we can see. And what else did he have? He had a shrike, wasn't it? So that'll be here somewhere. There it is. So what you can see is we put labels on as well. Is you can see this is the flight path of the various discs when thrown, and you can change it from right hand backhand to right hand forehand, right hand backhand, and you can change the power. And this will change the predictive flight path of the disc. Now, this power is including wind speed, right? So if you're throwing it into a headwind, you need to increase the power because the the airspeed relative to the disc is higher. If you're throwing with a tailwind, then you'll see that you need to reduce the power because the wind speed relative to the disc is lower. And you can see how a disc becomes more stable when thrown at a lower power. You can also change various different ways in which it looks, but this is a bit of an updated tool, and as you can see, we've got heaps of discs on here now to choose from most of the major manufacturers. We'll go through Casterplast. I know there's some Casterplast fans out there. Lots of Latitude, that's good, and most of the RPM range as well is in there. So if you're ever wondering how a disc might fly, have a play around with the flight visualizer there. You might find that there's something in there that you like the look of, and that could be quite useful.
Honestly, just a very powerful tool. Like you see a lot of still images, JPEGs out there attached to discs, and so it's kind of supposed to show you how it's thrown, but they never give you an idea of at what power or any kind of real world conditions that might happen. So I can see this being a very useful tool, useful tool.
Other thing to notice is you can change the sleepy scale. So if you've got a fairly battered Shrike, you can see how it's going to change its flight path accordingly. And Morgan's TUI there looked like it was about a 3 out of 10. So let's just change that. The Shrike was perhaps a little bit better than that. But you can change as you change the flight, the sleepy scale rating there. You can see how the disc will change in its flight path. So you really overpower that TUI or even that Shrike and see you later. That's it assumes it's going to be thrown flat. Morgan talked a lot about throwing it on a hyzer flip, so that's going to obviously change the way in which the disc flies. But have a look at that if you've got some spare time. Take a look at that. You might find it useful when you are deciding on your next disc purchase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, finally, we've got the giveaway to do. I think is all we've got left for today. So let me have a quick look. You've got literally a matter of seconds to enter this. You need to tag somebody and put the name of the number of players, you think have joined the PDGA since the 21st of March, and you can win either this or the PWAC. And the PWAC, we should
Possibly.
say. And so
just as a note, it was only your first guess. I know that I've commented that a couple of times already, but not trying to single you out, Patricio, but you just happened to the first one that I saw that had put 2 comments in. So,
well, I thank you very much, Patricio, for putting in so many guesses. But we did have one who did get it close. Somebody
very close
did get it close. Now, I looked this up earlier on, and you're going to ask me, how did you know what the right answer was? And I'll tell you how I know the right answer was.
He guessed.
Sorry?
He guessed.
I didn't guess. No, but I can give you some stats. I can give you some stats, some other stats. So in total, the number of New Zealanders who have ever registered on the PDGA is 540. Okay, so we're looking for a number that's less than that, obviously. And the person who got the closest, I went to scroll past his name. I'm sure I saw it. Where is it? Right, hang on a minute, because it might be only showing the last so many comments, but I did see somebody comment, and I think the commenter was Bray Marsden, who correctly guessed. I think it was 240. I think Bray correctly guessed. The real number was 244. So well done to Bray, who takes it out, who was just 4 away.
So just before you go too far, I wrote down a couple numbers and a couple names as well as I was scrolling through the comments, keeping an eye on the stuff. So Bray Marsden, the first guess I saw, the first guess I saw was from Bray. The closest first guess was from Bray, 4 points away, 248.
248. Okay, sorry.
Was what Bray wrote down.
For the other side, but yes.
not long after that, I saw Rebecca Faulkner write down 246,
Oh, really?
which is
Okay.
very close.
That is incredibly close.
But
So
like you say, the comments have been kind of cut off there. So let's have a look here if I can scroll back through on my
they
phone.
have. Can anyone confirm or deny? Because the comments seem to shut off after the top 50 for me, so I can't see. So we shall see. Can anybody confirm this?
Rebecca Faulkner.
Whilst Jack's finding this, I'll explain how I know this. So on the 20th of March, the day before the alert level system was introduced, was my daughter's birthday, and she was registered for the PDGA on the day she was born. And so I simply went with the person after her. In the PDGA list, her number is 135527. So anybody who with a number higher than that was how we got there. And 244 people have registered for the PDGA since the 21st of March 2020 in New Zealand, which 244 out of 540 total. That's about 45% of people have joined the PDGA since the 21st of March 2020, which is incredible. So well done, and thank you if you're one of those people who have joined since then. That's some incredible numbers. So yeah, Jack, any progress on this? Rebecca, are you out there still? I don't know. Did we?
Rebecca Faulkner. I swear, I wrote it down because it was I saw it pop up, but
Steward's inquiry going on right now.
Oh, that's not going to help. Where have all the comments gone? Okay.
Redraw. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Rebecca Stanley.
Could it be Rebecca Stanley? Are we getting confused? It probably is. Oh, hang on. I've got Rebecca Stanley 286.
286.
I've got Rebecca Stanley 286.
I definitely wrote.
Did you guess 246? That's the.
I definitely wrote down Rebecca Faulkner rather than Stanley.
Oh, okay. All right.
Unless, yeah.
Oh, look, we're gonna have to take this offline and figure it out. There's been so many comments that they've gone literally off the page, which doesn't happen often. But thank you for that. Right. Well, in which case, what we will do, we will take this offline and we shall announce the winner in the comments a little bit later on this evening when I've had a chance to trawl through them all. Certainly, Bray with 248 is one of the contenders. So yep. Bray, it might be you, but we shall see. We shall see, and I'll confirm the winners shortly. In the meantime, Jack, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure having you help me out tonight on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.
It's still level 3 for most of the country, level 4 in Auckland, so please stay away from the disc golf parks. If you've got a basket in your garden, then great, go for it. If you've got a field in your local area, then please go out and throw in the field, staying within your bubbles. Otherwise, we'll be getting back to the disc golf and the competitive disc golf, I'm sure, very soon. Other than that, from Jack and myself, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. Have a good week.
Good night.